This week, we're also introducing new research and development tax breaks, so companies can invest in the high technology and the intellectual property that are the future of the British economy. And we'll be abolishing the jobs tax altogether on many hundreds of thousands of our small businesses in the coming year. To help people who work in construction and to support families who want to own their own home but can't afford the deposits these days, we're launching our new Help to Buy scheme this week. And here's another change we're making. On Saturday, the top rate of tax will be reduced from 50 pence to 45 pence. And I know this is controversial, but if we're serious about Britain succeeding in the world, it's an economic essential. In a modern global economy, where people can move anywhere in the world, we cannot have a top rate of tax that discourages people from living here, from setting up businesses here, investing here, creating jobs here. If you don't believe me, ask France. They're planning to whack up their top rate of tax. And you know what's happening? Job creation is down as people are leaving the country. And the opposite is happening here, because we're welcoming entrepreneurs and wealth creators and the jobs they bring with them. Let's be clear, the 50p tax was a big tax con. The Labour government brought it in just weeks before they were kicked out. They pretended it would raise more money from the rich. But when the 50p rate was introduced, the amount collected in income tax fell by billions of pounds as the wealthy paid less. So we got the worst of both worlds, a tax rate that discouraged enterprise and didn't raise more money from the rich. You can't pay down the deficit with that. You can't fund the health service with money that never arrives. Instead, at every budget, I've made sure the richest are paying more, with taxes that actually work. For example, higher stamp duty for the most expensive homes, clamping down on the tax loopholes. And the Independent Institute for Fiscal Studies says the richest are paying the most towards dealing with the deficit. Giving Britain a sensible top rate of tax may not be a popular decision, but my job is not to take decisions that please everyone. My job is to take the hard decisions that are right for the economy, right for the country, decisions that help create jobs and help Britain get ahead in this world and help give all our children a brighter future. So we're reforming welfare to encourage work. We're boosting the private sector to create jobs so that those who want to work can work. And the third part of our plan is to make sure that when people are in work, they get more of what they earn. In other words, to make sure you get to keep more of what you earn. I'm a low-tax conservative. I believe what you earn is your money, not the government's money. So I want to take away less of it in tax and leave you to spend it how you wish. Give me the choice between people choosing how to spend their own money or a politician choosing how to spend it, and I know who I would pick. That's good for the economy. It's good for society. The more people get to keep from what they earn, the more likely they are to work, to be independent and responsible. And it also simplifies the system. Today we have the bizarre situation where hundreds of thousands of people on low incomes pay tax only to have to apply to the government to get their money back again in benefits. But it has to be a real tax cut, paid for by doing the hard work of cutting back government spending. Not a tax cut paid for with borrowed money that is paid for with higher taxes in the future. This week, because we've done the hard work on spending, we're bringing in the largest tax cut in a generation, and it's paid for. From this Saturday, the personal allowance, that's the amount of money you can earn before you start to pay tax, will rise to £9,440. 9 out of 10 working households will be better off as a result of the reforms we're making this month. And the average working household will be better off by over £300 a year. And that's roughly equivalent to an average monthly shop here at Morrison's. And next year, we're going further. We're going to increase the personal allowance to £10,000. Let me repeat that. From next April, you won't pay any income tax at all on the first £10,000 that you earn. This will mean nearly 3 million more people will pay no income tax at all. That's £700 less in tax for working families than when we came into office. And let me be clear, we're not doing it by borrowing more money, meaning you'll pay for it down the road. No, we can afford this because as a country, we've taken some difficult decisions together on public spending, and it's only right that the British taxpayer gets rewarded for that. Let me end by saying this. You sitting here know that there's no easy way out of the problems that are built up in this country. We're going through some tough times. The last government spent a decade putting everything on the national credit card, and now we're having to cut up the cards and start living within our means. I said at the start there'd be a big political fight this week, and we'll hear plenty from the people who want to say there's no debt problem, people who say there's no benefits problem either, that the changes we're making are unnecessary and unfair. But remember, these are the people who wasted your hard-earned money, who left massive debts behind for others to clear up, who created a welfare system that penalised hard-working people who played by the rules and rewarded those who didn't. And what is fair about that? What we're doing this coming week is making welfare fairer, helping to create jobs, and making sure all of you can keep more of what you earn. We're supporting hard-working people, and that's the way to protect our future and to make our country fairer too. Thank you very much.
There we are. There's the Chancellor George Osborne with a live speech there at Sittingbourne in Kent. A defence, really, of the government's package of welfare reforms that are now underway. He said critics of those reforms are shrill, headline-seeking nonsense. And he's taking some questions now. We'll bring you more on that later here on BBC News. Full analysis of what the Chancellor's been saying.